This is Wednesday, and you know what that means. AEWTF.
What does that mean?
And how many people on the roster do the Destroyer?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to put over the PWG library.
I just think that people got fooled by the blood and girls bleeding.
Oh, man, those guys are awesome.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to the very first ever episode of AEWTF. And we're going to be talking about AEW. We will be talking about the good parts, the bad parts, and the WTF parts. So that's the layout of the show is just going to be segment by segment. We each get to give our opinion on the segment, say what we thought was good, what we thought was bad. At the end, we will be giving a number between 0 and 100. And 100 is comparable to something like Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle in a 3-hour Ironman match. And then 0 means I'm not doing this show anymore, and I quit because I cannot watch this anymore. So with me today, I have Josh Hawes, Cole Cash, middle-aged mediocre, whatever else you're going by.
You can just call me Cash. We'll just keep it simple. Hi, I'm Cash. I host another podcast called Middle Aged and Mediocre, so check that out and follow me on Twitter at Born Into Filth. That's all I got for my intro.
I don't give the social media things because we don't have one for this yet. But if you ever want to ask us a question, comment, yell at us, and think our view is wrong, you can always email us at aewtfcast@gmail.com. And then we also should point out that myself and Cash have wrestled on shows with some of these guys and have been friends with some of these guys, or currently are friends with some of these guys on this show. So that doesn't matter. We're just going to still say because we're not trying to get jobs there or anything like that. So
I'm
like
not anymore. So I can burn every bridge there is. You still
and I'll be more polite. I'll go ahead and say so. Like, I'll name drop and say, but like John Moxley and me were a tag team at one time, and I like the guy. He's a good guy, but I'm still going to say when he does something bad. But I will disclose and whenever we run into those, we'll disclose. Hey, we know this dude. He's a good dude, or this guy was a dick anyway. But then we have someone completely different who hasn't wrestled, and I don't know why. But we have Jason Taylor, our lifelong heterosexual. Life partner.
Hello, world.
Yeah, we're in a 3-way relationship,
right?
Yeah, a throuple, if you will.
And my wife introduces me as someone completely different when she introduces me too, so that worked out perfect, Tim.
Yeah, and also Jason has wrestled before. Do you remember the ads in the back of magazines for the apartment wrestling?
Yeah.
Jason's apartment wrestling career.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, he's still getting royalty checks for that. I do.
Yeah, go Google apartment wrestling, kids.
Speaking of apartment wrestling, segment 1. Thanks for the segment.
No problem.
So we have Dolph Not Ziggler versus John Moxley, and so if you wanted to buy a Dolph Ziggler, but you couldn't afford it, and there was a store brand Dolph Ziggler, this would be him, his brother. I don't know. I'm interested to see how Cash feels about it, but he's just like a not good Dolph Ziggler. He's just not quite as good a shape, not quite as charismatic, can't sell quite as well, just bleh. And then Mox, which again, I think Mox is good. He's probably the best thing they got going, one of the best things they got going anyway. But it feels like the relaxing there has also made his body look pretty relaxed. So I don't want to get. I'll let you guys give your opinion on that before I get into the match about Dolph Not Ziggler, especially.
Well, I think I don't know whose idea it was for him to basically just rip off Dolph's look, but it's a terrible idea. And you know that meme of we have such and such at home, and then it's like
it's exactly what I was thinking. Yes.
And this is what I ordered off of Wish.
Yeah, that works too. Like Nick Nemeth
Okay, his name's now Wish Ziggler for the rest of this podcast.
So Wish Ziggler, yeah, I don't understand. He goes by the Hollywood hunk. Clark Hudson does the Hollywood gimmick better than Nemeth.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why you would try to rip off Dolph. I mean, I know they're related, but I don't know why you try to rip it off the look when you don't have anything that Dolph has.
No, besides the same parents.
Right. And sort of the same facial features, sort of. Like if you were in a fire.
Well, Moxley just ends up slapping the hell out of him. And then did you see the forearm?
But
thing?
I think that's part of the issue. So I never saw him wrestle. I guess he debuted a week or two ago, maybe. But this was the first time I've seen him. And so, yes, all I'm getting is so he's a Dolph ripoff that can't sell nearly as well as his brother for someone who is just going to be a glorified jobber for an opening match. And
that's the problem, is he wasn't enough of a jobber either.
But that was the thing. It was like, but at no point did I think, oh, that must be one of his moves that he hits every time. Like, I never felt like he was getting in his stuff because there was nothing. And at any point, if he would have pulled out a zigzag, I would have just assumed that that's what they're making him use as a finish. Like if you're going to do it, just do it all the way. Completely rip it off.
His debut match was against Adam Page, and it was awful because he's clearly supposed to be Dolph Ziggler, and he completely botched selling a few of Adam Page's moves, most notably the buckshot lariat. He didn't feed back for it enough, so Adam Page had to land and then dive across the ring. And then Nemeth took this terrible bump off of it. So I'm like, you can't be. How are you related to Dolph Ziggler and you can't sell?
Right.
Yeah.
Just from that, even because he didn't have an intro, or if he did, I don't remember. I know he didn't. So he just started out in the ring, and so there was no sense of personality. You're dressed like him, your hair's shorter than his, but is like his, but there was just no personality even to go with the move set that didn't exist, or the charisma that wasn't there. It just was bad.
Yeah, they want you to think he's Dolph Ziggler, so they're not telling you who he is because they're assuming you know because
wink, wink.
He's just rip off Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, wink, wink. You already know this story,
right?
So. But so it was just a quick thing. But then he does the forearms to the face, Moxley does, but the camera's behind them. So you can tell he's catching with nice shots in the face, but the camera angle's terrible. You think they would know where to get the shot from. But then the finish is just Mox hits his finish and pins him, and it doesn't look good. It definitely makes me think Wish Ziggler, not Dolph Ziggler.
Well, I also thought during the match itself that Mox just seemed like he was just kind of waiting for spots to happen. Even as much as he was supposed to be fired up and intense and everything, it really didn't even come across from him like it usually does. And it was just maybe he was really thinking hard about that promo he had to cut sitting on that chair to make sure he talked enough about violence and dropped a Japan Wrestling magazine reference, but it just seemed like there were parts where he was just kind of wandering around waiting just for the feed, I guess. I don't know. It was just weird the way some of the match went completely. It wasn't like your normal job opener kind of deal where he just jumped on and beat the hell out of him and then, okay, now it's time for the promo. It actually had a length to the match, which made no sense. Because
that's what my problem was. It should have been. He was a jobber, but he wasn't.
Right.
Quit letting everyone get stuff in. They're always worried about everyone getting stuff in, and I say that 100 times once you get through these notes. But that's exactly right. That's how I feel about it too.
I think so. You were talking about the forearms and the camera angle, and then Jason was talking about Mox walking around waiting for Nemeth to feed, and I think that was the issue with the camera angle too. I don't think Nemeth feeds right, so. I think that's just where Mox ended up having to hit the forearms on him, because you're supposed to, he just wasn't.
He didn't.
Nemeth wasn't working.
He didn't sell face to hard cam. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know how green Nemeth is. I really don't know.
He's not green. I think he's been wrestling for a
I
while.
thought wasn't he in OVW for a long time?
He was, and I think he was in. He actually had a WWE deal at one point, a developmental, but never made it out of
Yeah,
developmental.
so it just, I mean, there's a reason why he never made it out of developmental then. I just don't think he's very good. And this match...
Wow, I'm going to cut this and just have a splice talking about myself.
Yeah, you and Nemeth have had similar trajectories.
We're both not very good, but he had a brother.
You unfortunately aren't even related to Dolph Ziggler.
Well, I mean, we don't know that for sure.
Like, you guys were talking about how the match was competitive, and it shouldn't have been. But Jim Ross at one point, because Jim Ross, like, well, real quick, I don't know if is it true that CM Punk signed with AEW?
Oh, I
have not even heard a rumor of that.
No, I've not even heard that.
I saw a post earlier today. While I'm talking, hold on, I'm going to Google if that's true.
I'm already on
okay.
It. But go ahead.
So Jim Ross, like, I don't know. I'm sure Jim Ross cares about AEW. Like, I'm sure he wants to see it succeed. Like, I'm sure he just wants wrestling to succeed, you know. But, like, when he's on commentary, I just feel like he does not give a shit about what's happening. So at one point during the match, he just straight up says, interesting backstory to this match is that it's gotten more competitive as it goes on. Like,
I did remember him saying that.
That's not the backstory of the match, JR. That's just the story they're telling right now. And you just skipped the whole part of commentary when you do nuanced commentary. And you just said this is what the story of this match is.
Well, if it means anything, kudos for him for actually talking about the match happening and not just trying to hype up a pay-per-view or even worse, next week's episode of Dynamite.
That's
yeah.
I have a lot about that. So see, maybe the CM Punk thing isn't even true.
I don't see it anywhere.
I just saw something where he said it signed on for commentary, so I thought maybe they were putting JR in a backstage role.
No, yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay,
so.
well, never mind that.
Well, but the promo was really good. I mean, Mox can cut a promo, and he was a real babyface, which thank God. Like, he said all the cliche babyface things, and I loved it because typically everyone is trying to be the cool, I'm not a face, I'm not a heel, and it just is terrible. But I love the promo.
Yeah, the promo was good, and I think you kind of alluded to this, Tim, but he was so winded.
He was.
Like, it was me walking up half a flight of steps winded. Like, and for what happened during the actual match, like, I don't feel like it should have been nearly that that difficult and heavy breathing. One other thing before then, so you were talking about how CM Punk may be commentary. So the idea that everyone saw online yesterday that Paul White has signed with them, but then their big announcement of it on the actual show was just a graphic in the corner.
Yeah.
And then followed by 500 more graphics in the corners.
Yeah.
Like, it was non-stop the entire show, including during the picture-in-picture commercial breaks.
I got a whole rant about picture-in-picture.
The only place that they mentioned the women's match for the first for the first hour of the show was during picture-in-picture corner screenshots. But anyway,
first of all,
that was all going on during the promo. So
you guys are enunciating picture way too well. It is picture-in-picture.
Yeah, like that.
In the business, we call that PIP.
I think the Mox being blown up thing, I think it's more because of how intense he is.
I think he just looks bad.
I don't think he looks bad. I think he just looks like a dude that you probably wouldn't want to fuck around with. Like, he just looks like a fighter.
Yeah, but he was in better shape, so that means he just has quit. I just know he can do better. If that was just his look from day one or whatever, sure. But it's obviously that, he's just decided he.
But I mean, though, that, like, the more intense you are in a match, the more blown up you're going to get.
Definitely.
So I feel like no matter what that dude's doing, he's intense as fuck. So, like, he's going to be winded.
So sweaty. So sweaty.
The promo I thought was great. The whole thing about him saying that he's addicted to this. pain. Well, it just set up the whole gimmick, the exploding barbed wire deathmatch thing. It set it up so well that like he knows, because there's no way Omega's making that challenge without it being a trap, and
right. And I love the
so great.
Yeah, and he's like, if if I gotta die, he's like, this is the way to go. I'm like,
Yeah, and that's like, I mean, I've heard that Moxley, and again, I don't know how true this is. It's just stuff you read on the internet, but I've heard that he really doesn't plan on wrestling for much longer.
I've heard that.
And
too.
there's also been rumors that he might just go back to WWE at some point, just to kind of ride out an easy schedule. But either way, if he retires, like if this was like Moxley's, if he's retiring, say, then this promo, like he loses this match and leaves AEW or whatever, like this promo could be one of the most memorable promos. Like he sold the hell out of this could be his last stand.
Right.
Not to get too far off, but so Mox obviously isn't like, I mean, he loves wrestling, but if you remember, Cash, the story of we were in a locker room with Mox, and one of our buddies said, "Hey, you look like Ted DiBiase Jr. on WWE," and he said, "Who?" And they had to explain to him who he was. He didn't even watch WWE at the time. He had no idea who Cody Rhodes and all them were in a group with Randy Orton. Nope, no clue.
Yeah, he's kind of just an odd dude, anyways.
Yeah, he is a weird dude.
I mean, he is his gimmick. He just kind of does his own thing.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, the promo match. The promo video after that, what was that? I like their promo video they did package. Was it for the barbed wire match? Yeah. It was. Yeah. So that looked really good quality. But then the second, now let's go from good promo to awful promo.
Okay.
Archer and Ray Phoenix in the back. They're talking about being and also Archer said, and if I'm not mistaken, I wrote this quote down. He said that he was a great tag team against Archer.
He's a great tag team against himself?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that's weird. But then, holy shit, was that fake fight awful.
I was so happy that they knocked the cameraman out and we didn't have to see any more of it.
Sweet Jesus.
That's the only note I really have about this. I just have down that Phoenix's strikes to Archer's back were embarrassing. Like Archer is a giant human being, especially compared to Phoenix, and Ray Phoenix just sort of like lays his arm against his upper back a few times, and I just it's such a problem with workers that think it's fine to let things look like shit when they're in backstage stuff. Like,
and that's when it should be even tighter because the camera is right
has to be because you're not as intense. Right. Whatever. Like you have to sell that shit. You have to make it look good. And this looked, especially when you got a guy that's so much bigger than you. Lay in the strikes. He's not going to hurt Archer by hitting him in the upper back. So it was.
And then they hit empty water bottles.
It was bad.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it was really bad because I was kind of I was excited for the match, and then like I saw that, and like I kind of was just like, I really don't care now.
Yeah, it brought it down.
Yeah.
Then they showed talking about the Sting Powerbomb. So here's the thing they show the Sting Powerbomb, blah 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 blah. Why in the world? So everyone's worried about Sting, and they think his neck is really hurt, right? Seth Rollins broke his neck, can never wrestle again. Oh, my God, I can't believe he take a bump. Why in the hell would you come out and say, oh, no, he can take bunches of bumps. He's fine. You run that. Oh, my God, he almost broke Icon's neck. If that happens again, we don't know what's going to happen. So people want to see Sting get either not fucked up or survive.
Right, because their match at the pay-per-view is a street. Is it street fight?
Yeah.
So that plays into it. He can't even participate in a regular match. Right. He has to make sure that it's a street fight so that, anything can go so that maybe it'll be easier on him. Because he might be able to not bend the rules because, you're super face. But, however
use a bat. Whatever, yeah.
He'll be able to swing the bat nonstop without there being an issue.
It's the same. It's the same thing as back when Cody got hit with a chair, and then they came out and said,
exactly
the fake chair." Like,
yep, it's supposed to.
They're just so afraid of bad press.
Now, this didn't happen during the promo package for it, but it happened during the Team Taz and the Blondes match.
That's where we're next. So
right.
go ahead. Yeah.
Well, Taz says, Sting's not a small guy. I thought it was Taz. Says
he did. Yeah.
Sting's not a small guy, but Gage got him up with no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How many? Like, I get that Sting's not Marco, but like, how many times do you think Sting's been powerbombed by guys that aren't monsters like Cage? Like, yeah, you see those two guys?
I was like, of course, yeah.
Like, I'd be concerned if he couldn't have picked him up.
What do you guys think of the Hollywood Blondes?
Real quick, I just wanted to say, so I didn't really know about the Sting getting powerbomb thing until a couple days after, and Dustin Alexander, I'm just going to name drop all of our boys from
our students
from the Violence Academy. Dustin Alexander told me, he said something about it, like, because he's a huge Sting mark, and he said something about why would they even do that, and I went and looked at the video because I assumed it was like a very protected powerbomb.
No,
good Lord, was it not?
It was a hell of a powerbomb.
I was just like, holy shit! Yeah, Sting just doesn't give a shit.
Because the team got whiplash to it, like it was like a big boy powerbomb.
Yeah, it was. So the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr.,
yeah, that's
Griff Garrison. So I'm a fan.
I think I am.
I'm a really big fan. I think they're going to be super mega baby faces in a tag title feud before too long.
The big old school feel to them, I like. So.
Them and what's the Revival now? What are they going by?
FTR.
FTR. Like that's going to be that is going to be a hot feud when it happens.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I do want to say though that I don't know how AEW has 3 guys who look identical to each other, just various sizes. Griff Garrison, Jungle Boy, and Joey Janela.
Yeah.
How is AEW?
I hate one of those
people?
Now, I appreciate that they are an actual tag team and not just 2 dudes thrown together. Like the guys that are going to be fighting for the tag belts at the next pay-per-view for some reason. They actually have matching gear. I did not see them do any actual tag, like double team moves. But that doesn't mean they don't. I don't remember seeing it.
I don't remember either.
And when at some point Griff gets the hot tag, and my note was he is their version of Eric Watts. I don't know what it was that made me think that he's their Eric Watts. That I don't know if that's an insult or if that's a compliment.
I mean, he looked like him. Did he do a terrible drop kick?
He did not. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know if
he does look like him.
Guy, he just has a little longer hair, I think. But yeah, no, I appreciated again that they were an actual tag team. Now, the power bomb that was given at the edge of the steps that was supposed to be to the outside
I put that down.
Like, that was just dangerous.
That was dangerous and reckless. That was bad. The drop down before that to get out of the ring looked awesome. I was like, oh, I thought it caught me for a second. I was like, oh shit, he botched it. And I was like, oh no, he didn't.
Yeah.
This is what they're doing, and that looked really good.
Bringing up Garrison and the Varsity Blondes having matching gear. I didn't I get the Starks and Cage aren't tag team, but they're on Team Taz. Like, why would they not have matching gear?
Yeah, I don't. That is a good point.
It just it would have been. I get that if when 2 guys team up like Jericho and MJF, like it really wouldn't make much sense for those 2 dudes to have the same kind of gear.
I would like them to. That'd be funny if they came out in matching gear. Actually,
I mean they should, but like they're 2 huge personalities of their own. I feel like Cage and Starks, like their personalities are that they're with Team Taz.
Right. So that's the biggest thing. About them. I like Team Taz, though, but I like both those dudes.
I love them. I loved everybody in this match. Griff Garrison's kind of the weakest link in the match, but, I mean,
he's green.
He pulled his weight towards the end. He was a little shaky at the beginning.
Ricky Starks is stiff as hell, man. His punches in the corner on that picture-in-picture. I mean, it's small. I hate picture-in-picture, but get a
bigger TV.
Were so stiff.
Man, I would love to see a feud at some point. I know I already booked Varsity Blondes into FTR, But I would really love at some point to see here in a couple years Starks and Pillman Jr.
First of all, quit auditioning for Tony. You're not getting the job.
Is Tony the booker?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean Tony? Tony Khan.
Yeah.
The booker.
I assume he's the booker.
Look, man, I would love to book for AEW. I'd love to book for any company.
Omega's already stealing this gimmick because he wants to come on here and argue with me that the Big Show's a good hire because it's not. But he wants to come on here and argue with me. I said, you're just trying to get that sweet AEW.
What a weird thing to argue.
Yeah. Are you guys in agreement with that real quick? Big Show sucks, right?
What's he going to do?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he's going to host a show on YouTube before Raw.
A secondary YouTube show.
Which I have a question about Dark at whatever point that they start running the Dark thing. It's in my notes somewhere. But
since day one.
Well, how did Big Show, like, I know that he wants to be an actor and everything, but how did he get a role in AEW, like a speaking role?
No clue. He can't. And I said this. I said this to Draven too, and his
Netflix show was canceled.
Yeah.
Already. Like, I don't even know that they released a full season of it. And now I do know physically he has lost a lot of weight, and so maybe if he is in the ring, he might be a good older training mentor kind of role. But again, like, what?
I like Show. I think he has a good personality. He's naturally funny, but when he talks, it sounds like he's got an Arby's big beef and cheddar stuck in his throat.
That's because he does.
So why would you hire that dude to talk?
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
so tag match. Who went over in this thing? It was Team Taz, right?
Yeah, Team Taz.
And then we get like this weird Quentin Tarantino.
Literally my note.
Like this promo that like I kind of liked, but didn't. Like, I don't know how I felt about it.
Well, I don't know why. So Sting is upset about Darby Allin getting drugged by the thing. So in retaliation, he drags him himself. What?
So what happened to Darby? He got
because I just thought that was one of those weird things where Darby Allin likes to do strange shit.
No. So Darby Allin got kidnapped by Team Taz the week before or 2 weeks before, whatever. They beat him up, put him in a body bag, hooked him to an SUV, and then drug him through the parking lot and left, right? Sting was like, oh my God, because he's getting interviewed when it happens, and then just runs to the back, right? So we cut to the next time we see Darby Allin. He's still in a body bag being drugged by a car, but now Sting's driving because he was jealous. That's what he was mad about, that they got to drag Darby and he didn't. I don't know.
No, Sting is driving.
Bear's driving.
The best part of all of that whole segment was Taz says when Sting drags the body bag out, which first off, he was having troubles. They could have put wheels on that body bag or something for him. But when he opens it up and they're like, "Oh, that's your son, Taz," and Taz yells, "What the hell kind of shit is that?"
Yeah.
Like
in Sting's the face, and he's getting his son involved. Yeah, they attacked your tag partner. That happens, but you went and got this guy's kid and put him in a body bag, and you're the good guy?
Right.
What?
Hey, he's Crow Sting. Crow Sting does Crow Sting things.
Already, and I'm about to compare two analogies, and right now for me, when I hear it's Sting, all I hear is it's boss time. It's the same thing.
I've got it in my notes that got old so fucking quick.
That's what I'm saying.
When Sting first came back and Shivani did that, I kind of got goosebumps. Like the young man in me, the child that loved WCW back then, got goosebumps, but now, good Lord, do I fucking hate it. It's so forced and phony.
The Darby Allin entrance was cool. The sliding down the thing.
I did make a note that I was surprised that they're using a zip line even all these years later. That still just seems like one of those oh no things for wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Everything that happened post match here, I loved.
Yeah,
there was a lot happening, but I liked it all. And man, Sting still looks good.
he did. He could move, and he was hitting Cage hard. It looked
It
pretty
looked
good.
great.
Yeah.
He didn't. It doesn't look like he's.
You
Like,
know,
he looked
moments
better
after
than he
we
did.
shit on them hiring Big Show because he's old, we'll talk about how
Yeah.
good Sting looked.
Well, last time I saw the last 5 years of Big Show's matches have sucked.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm not expecting to get any better with age, but
Yeah, I really like the post match stuff. I think that match is at the pay per view, right?
yeah.
I won't be watching that then. But I feel
I can't believe pay-per-view's a thing.
I feel like it's either going to be really, really good or really, really bad. Like, it's going to go one way or the other. And I don't know. I've kind of heard that it's supposed to be kind of cinematic.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I don't know. It could be really good.
So the next segment, Cash, you start this one off because we kind of mentioned it before we were on air, is Miro, Kip, and Penelope.
Yeah, so if they're backstage, they're doing a pre-taped interview with Tony Schiavone, and I just don't know what's happening with Miro. I don't whose idea was it for him to do the storyline? Like, it had to be his own idea. It had to be, because I can't imagine AEW signing him and then like immediately just being like, hey, we're going to put you basically in the same storyline you just escaped.
Yeah, that's my problem with it, is everyone shit all over the wedding thing that WWE did, and then they did one with lesser talent, and then everyone's like, this is great. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, I mean, I get that, like, they don't really have a you can't just kind of plug Miro in right off the bat into a main event storyline because they already got all those going. So you got to do something with him because, they're going to want to pull that card eventually.
Jason, aren't you a Rusev guy? Didn't you really like Rusev?
Yeah, well, I always thought he was underutilized. Like, I really felt like he's a big dude. He can move fast. He worked well with big guys and small guys. Like, he seemed to be doing really well, and then they just kept giving him crap gimmicks.
I mean, it also seems like he's in best shape of his life too.
And,
like the last he's jacked.
The Rusev day was so over, and for whatever reason, they just never ran with it. Then they put him with Aiden English. Like, it was just a downhill kind of thing. And then they let him go, and they keep Lana. So everything with him just seems the same every week. I was a little confused about Charles the Butler because I did not see previous weeks.
I like the walking Xanax line was the best line of the whole promo about Orange Cassidy. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
My other note from that was that Kip, when he is not in his gear, looks like that cool hipster preacher that preaches down at the old abandoned warehouse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he does.
He could still be named Kip, definitely.
Yeah,
no, I mean that is his shoot name, and you don't call him Reverend, you just call him Pastor Kip.
Yeah, no, just call him Kip.
Yeah,
call me Kippy. I do like the thing where Miro's basically just like, Charles, you're too mature for this, and you need, like, I do like that.
And he's like, come home.
Yeah,
come home. I'll teach you to be a man.
There also was some disjoint. So the guy brings the note in. Shivani's like, "Oh, excuse me," cuts him off while he's talking. Reads the note, and then Miro takes the note from him and reads it again.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I can't believe Shivani.
Wait,
he's
what?
a known liar.
And then he decides to eat it and spit it at him, which made me feel like one of those old WCW outtakes that you would see.
Yes.
Like, Sid didn't know we were live, so he went ahead and did something crazy.
Yeah. I was a really big Rusev fan, and I was the same with Jason. I felt like he was underused and all that. And when I heard that he signed with the AEW, I was really looking forward to it. And so far, not a whole lot better than what he was doing in WWE. So
yeah, I think maybe worse.
I think that, by this time next year, that'll be an entirely different story. But as of right now, they really botched that one.
So we'll go on the next one. It's the Jobber Dragon, Brandon Cutler versus Jake Hager. Jason, you tell me your thoughts on this bad boy.
Okay,
here.
so literally my notes were I really dig his entrance gear for Cutler. It's
Yeah.
very Shingo from LIJ in New Japan. Then he takes it off, and I said, "Oh, so that's AEW's Ricochet." So I could be wrong,
He's
but
just he's just a jobber. He's actually grew up. If you notice, he's from the same place the Bucks are. He's like a childhood friend of the Bucks.
also, if it means anything, I really, when they said his name, I thought he was one of the Dark Order guys.
Yeah, I can see that.
So when he came
That's
out the
ballers.
dragon thing, I was like, "Oh, okay, someone's getting repackaged." Turns out that's not true. I just didn't know who he was. That's on me. I mean, it's another one of those things of clearly someone is going to win this match and someone was going to lose this match going into it, just looking at the names. One of these guys is in a legit MMA fighter.
Yeah, why was this match even this was way too long too.
Yeah, it should have just, because it doesn't further anyone's storylines.
No.
Like, I don't feel like they even talked on commentary about anything that Hager's doing outside of that one match that would have furthered anything he's doing by being there other than just to be there.
Well, he's not doing anything but being Jericho's muscle, right? So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this was one of the matches where the entire match was just them putting over the next week's show and the pay-per-view.
Yes.
Well, I mean, every match was that.
So my first note for this match was during Brandon Cutler's entrance, and all my note is what the fuck is this guy? Like he has, I mean, his name's just Brandon Cutler, and then he comes out wearing like a fucking dragon cosplay.
Makes no sense. Yeah,
and then like Jason said, he takes it off, and you're like, that is a brand.
His face paint looks like God of War.
Yeah,
and face paint to me looked like one of the who were the dudes in WWE for a while.
The Ascension.
Yeah.
It's like he just saw one of them. There's like, that'll work.
Like
it's like a hat of popular things. He reached in, he pulled out. He's like, dragons. Okay, cool. Reached in, pulled out. God of War.
Well, that's my.
So what they need to do is they need to repackage him, put him with the Blade and the Butcher because he's the Cutler.
Ooh.
You already got a built-in gimmick there. Everyone else is all about knives. You're the guy that sells them their knives. Like
he's the
cutlery guy.
Maker. The maker, the butcher. He could,
I mean, my theory is he definitely walks around backstage just being all like, dragons rock. And hey, you just want to get a dragon mask and do that? He's like, that'd be awesome.
Now, I did have another note about the match, and this might also have played into Moxley's issue, or what I said about him being out of breath and everything. So Daly's place, if I'm not, it's like semi-outdoors, right?
Yeah, it is.
So how cold is it there?
Yeah, there's been weeks, I guess it's been pretty cold. I don't know how cold it was.
Hager is just beat red the entire time, which once again, this guy has cardio skills.
Yeah.
Like you're an MMA fighter. So you shouldn't be looking like that unless you're not used to maybe fighting outside in the winter.
Also, Brandon's not going to be bothering us anymore because that clothesline took his soul out.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah.
Never mind that clothesline. Can we get to the end of the match when the rest of the inner circle come out and Santana misses the ropes and rolls into the ring?
Yeah.
And then hits him with the worst forearms to the face ever.
The super light.
Did he must have thought that they were filming someone else when that was happening and not that he was right in front of the hard cam. I was like, I hit that hard with my children when we're playing. Like, what?
I don't know what point somebody on commentary cussed, but I do have here that the E in AEW stands for edgy. It's like the most cussing. They're like, we're gonna need someone to say shit during the segment. We really need to push that envelope.
Someone said, "Get your stupid asses out here." It was Who the Bucks feuding with?
Oh yeah, so the Bucks are feuding with Jericho and MJF.
Yeah. The Bucks came out and said, "Get your stupid asses
Okay.
out here!" Like they were tough guys. That's I put saying stupid asses doesn't make you a tough guy, and I literally wrote in my notes LMAO in my own notes.
So, of course, Papa Buck's acting is terrible.
Hey,
Yeah, he's John Cena's dad.
John Cena's dad, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Jason,
the blood smear on the semi looked good when they threw him into it.
Oh, here, are you ready for a thing? I listened to the Wrestling Observer radio today, and they talked to someone backstage, and they said that Papa Buck had to be convinced not to gig. He wanted to do it. He's like, no, I'll bleed for real. And they're like, no. And he's like, I guess they had to like convince him to use fake blood, which I wish they wouldn't have convinced him because it looked fake as hell.
Right. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
well, my question is Papa Buck Waylon Mercy?
Yes.
Because you're not going to tell me he's not.
I did put in my notes, though, with the fashion sense like that, wearing the shirt he was wearing, he really should be with Jericho and MJF.
Yeah.
Well,
I liked I mean, the blood looked fake. It looked really bad. But like Jason said, like when he hit the trucks, it looked really good. And he took the trucks well.
My only problem is the blood, but the whole segment, the blood just wasn't even good fake blood. Like they could have got better fake blood.
Well, it seems like I don't know. It sounds like maybe he was fighting the gig all day, and then like they finally was like, we just got to do this fake. Like we can't have you cut it yourself.
Well, and then they made sure it was super thick so that when they threw him into the semi,
it stayed on
you could see it on it.
Yeah. I wish he wouldn't have been so programmed, like put my hand on my son's face, drag it down.
Okay, and we have seen things happen in the back there before, and I get that they're on the side of a football stadium, but how long did it take the Bucks to get back there to get their dad? Like Jericho and him cut another 5-minute promo and still had plenty of time to get away.
Yeah.
Here's also, after the beatdown, one of my big problems with AEW is, so the Good Brothers, they're heels, correct?
Yeah. I mean, depends on what segment we're talking about.
Yeah, that's my problem. And then they come there and they're all in concern and they ride in the ambulance with Papa Buck. They're that good of dudes. But they're Kenny Omega's heel buddy.
That will be next. That will be part of next week's gimmick.
Like, isn't the whole thing they're kind of invading AEW? Like, they're not even
kinda, yeah.
Like they're not even, I think under contract, are they? Aren't they like Omega's boys from TNA?
They're Impact guys, I guess.
Yeah. My only other note for that section was that Matt's hair looks silky smooth, and that he must be using some tail and mane shampoo nowadays.
You got that right. You know that's right.
First of all, Jason, quit taking the money from the tail and mane people. Okay, I'm done with
Listen, they told me if I can say their names 3 times during every show, I get 1 free bottle.
Jason, you make that tail and mane money as long as you can.
All right.
Here's my other note is JR is furious, but not really. Because he was like, oh my God, okay, moving on.
All right, so anyways, Waylon Mercy's dead.
So the video for Shaq and Cody, what do you think of that there, Cash?
Dude, I don't give a shit about this Shaq, Cody, Jade Cargill thing. I don't give a fuck about it. Shaq sucks. He's always sucked.
He sucked then, he sucked now.
I can't stand him on NBA Tonight or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. He's just an asshole that doesn't know anything about basketball. Like
he doesn't. I've heard him say defense doesn't matter, coaching doesn't matter. Like
he told Donovan Mitchell that he sucked.
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
like, one of the top 10 players in the NBA right now, probably.
Yeah,
and it's just every time they ask Shaq about something, I don't know who that is. So I got on here that like it's good for AEW though, and it's really smart for TNT to have like cross branding. Or promotion. So, I mean, it's a good thing for AEW. It's like, it'll get them a little bit of press. But, man, I don't give a fuck about it. Like, it's the last thing I want to see. if I was going to, is it the pay-per-view or is it next week?
No, it's next.
No, I think it's next week.
It's next week. Yeah.
That's good because I would feel cheated if I paid $60 and part of that was going towards that shit.
Yeah. It's definitely because it's on TNT. That's why it's not on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't want the TNT crossover.
Okay, well, let me just say I am a fan of Jade. I mean, I've never seen her work or anything, but I'm a fan.
I think if she came in under other circumstances, I probably would be more into her. But like with her being tied to Shaq, it just makes me not care.
No, Jason says he wants her tied to him. I think.
No, I get it. I agree.
So during the video, they show Red Velvet saying something about she's going to stir her up or something and does some sort of taunt move that looks just like Sasha Banks when she comes out and leans forward and shows off the boss rings.
Oh.
And so my note there is, Red Velvet is AEW's Sasha.
Yep.
I legit have no clue who that is.
I don't either. That's what I said. I have no clue. She has never seen her in my entire life until that night, Wednesday.
Like, she just happened to be in the room when Cody needed a partner?
Yeah,
right.
I don't.
They were like, listen, maybe we can substitute you for Brandy.
No one will know because we're racist.
Like, I know.
I know.
Brandy's pregnant, right?
Yeah, that's
Brandy is pregnant.
So they had to get.
Good on them.
They didn't have anyone else. Like, they didn't have, like, another star.
They couldn't make a star. Yeah, they couldn't have picked a star and made a star of someone who's on TV that we see every week. Like, come on.
And if you're Red Velvet, I'm sure you're a great person. I don't know you. And if you're a big fan of Red Velvet, I'm sorry. I just don't know who the fuck she is. And if you think they're going to do, like, a big Shaq thing, like, why not have, like, one of your main...
Here's who they should have done. They should have instead of writing a big show check, they should have wrote Tessa Blanchard check and have her be the person coming in, Cody brought in because Four Horsemen, Dusty, blah, blah, blah. I know her dad, my dad, blah, blah, blah. That would have been awesome.
Again, I don't understand why it escalated to what it escalated to. Just watching the promo video, it's like, so yeah, they all work for the same company, and at some point, Brandy threw water on Shaq for some reason.
Yeah.
Also, during the promo, though, JR did his best John Madden impression and said, "Well, at least Cody's a better wrestler than Shaq, we think." Or something like Cody. Like, you really need to say Cody's a better wrestler than Shaq, JR? The hell?
Well, Shaq was in a battle royal once.
I mean, Cody's yet to prove that.
Yeah, fair.
He'll have a chance next week.
Maybe Shaq's the greatest natural wrestler of all time.
He just hasn't shown it yet in the few times he's been in matches.